get into this VRT club, you're going to have to be at least an 8.5 on the party scale.
That's what we do here. We party.
Welcome to Very Real Talk, everybody, for another party week. We're partying again. You click the play button, and you put your little cone cap on, and you get a slice of cake, because it's party time.
And this is Real Talk, and after, partying for as long as we have, we're sad.
Oh. Yeah, because the party is almost to an end. I'm 30 years old. It's getting sadder. No, I mean, if you want to get in here, 8.5, that's like hard drug territory in the overall party scale, right?
Wow,
like,
Yeah.
Like, if I were to kind of rank them, it's like, okay, 0 on the party scale, you're dead. You're a corpse, okay?
You did too many hard drugs.
Yeah, you did. You stayed at an 8 too long. If you're a 1, you're just by yourself, right? Like,
okay, yeah.
1 is, yeah. If you're a 2, that's like when Collin comes over and we play Overcooked together. That's the kind of party a 2 is.
Well,
a 3 is when me and Collin break out the White Claws while we're playing Overcooked.
Right, and then a 4 is Overcooked 2, the sequel. They turn it up.
I'd say a 4 is like hoisting some with the boys.
What?
Like you have a couple of like boys over and you start hoisting beers.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going to say sales, and then you start pillaging villages.
Oh, no, you raise your beers into the air, you hoist them. Did I throw you off with that word?
A little bit.
Okay.
What number on the party scale is it if you bust out the White Claws but Collin isn't there?
Oh, then you go back down to a 1 because you're by yourself again.
I have a lot of 1 parties, guys.
Yeah.
You go to 0 because you're dead inside.
I'd say like a 5 is like we're getting into high school party, like we're starting to mix genders at the party, like we're getting everybody there at high school, but like, you're at Dylan's house and like Dylan's mom is like upstairs and you guys are, quote unquote partying in the basement. That's a 5.
Okay.
There might be like a makeout closet or something. Then you go to 6. That's like a college party. We're hanging out, we're drinking, we're in college, we're staying up all night kind of thing.
Right. Maybe there's an anal closet,
Yeah.
You just one notch up from the makeout.
And then 7, you probably get into like weed and psychedelics area.
Yeah,
when people
mushrooms.
are just like, people start doing some mind tricks at the party with their drugs. Then you get to the hard drugs.
There's a
at
Chris
the 8.
Angel closet, in that one.
Where you go,
Mind
and then you
tricks.
get mind freaked. Yeah. And then I'd say 9 is like where we get into like eyes wide shut, like orgy parties, like where everyone's wearing masks. And then 10. I can't even begin to describe what a 10 might be. That's for rich people,
Yeah.
That's for like we can't even comprehend what they do at their parties with all their money.
Yeah, it's the scene from Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Ass to ass. Keith David is always present.
Oh, Keith David's at all the 10 parties.
And just like a double-sided dildo, it's like a snake eating its own head. And after 10, you're back at 0.
You die.
Yeah, so I mean, a 10
you
is
start
like
back at 1, as it were.
10 is you're like slipping back into death, like you're on your way out the door.
Yeah.
It's the drugs that hit your brain as it's shutting off.
Well, I'm sorry I diverted us right off the bat. I'm Nick Potter, by the way, host of this Very Real podcast. I got my party boys with me. Via the internet, of course, and I'm going to talk to him right now. I've been talking to him. Let's get to introducing them. The first boy I'm talking to, it's my good friend, Collin Sage. What's up, buddy?
Yes, sir. I'm out here at a 4.75.
Oh, there's some boys hoisting like cold ones in the background?
There's some hoisting happening in the area. We'll just say that.
Maybe they hoist a little too many beers. They start hoisting each other up in the air.
Right.
I
I am still in our nation's capital, so that means there's hoisting going on, like somewhere around me.
Yeah.
It's very historical in nature. I imagine, wooden legs or something. I don't know. George Washington. I don't know what happens out here.
People
from the Midwest.
People are looking at the Washington Monument and just holding a beer up and just like, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Freedom, baby.
Yeah, they hoist one up for the obelisk.
Yeah, and then the cops come and they're like, what are you doing drinking in the park? Get out of here.
Crack one open. That's what the cops say.
Collin, I got a question for you, my friend. Have you ever been in a club? Not like a sports team, but you ever been in like a club, an activities club of any sort?
Like, you ever get with some boys and one girl and, like, beat a clown to death?
Did you ever like babysit and then you got together with a group of babysitters and then you just like
And
decided to
solve
kind of be official
mysteries?
about it? Yeah.
Okay.
You ever
I
share
did
pants
live-
with your boys?
I did
Yeah.
live in a boxcar off a train with some of my siblings, and then we solved some murders for some
Right.
reason, even though we're like 8 years old.
Yeah.
What the fuck were those
Okay.
books about, you know?
I had a bunch of them. What were they about? I couldn't tell you. But,
The Mystery of the
what-
Purple Pool, that's what they were about, you know. Hotel fraud. Secret societies. Yeah, I was in the, what's the ones in high school? Like the Honors Society and the Beta
What a
Oh, yeah, just
nerd.
like an honor roll?
National
yeah.
Honor Society?
Yeah.
Yeah, the National Honor Society. Yeah, I was
Okay.
in that, and then I got kicked out because I wasn't actually in that. And
You were
they
just
looked,
in the room physically.
right. They looked at my grades and they said, "Why do you're not allowed to be here?" And then they kicked me out.
And then you
Yeah.
came back in the next day, but with a mustache?
I tried. I tried to get in on like all the school photos.
It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking
I
about?
got
I'm
found
cool
out a
in
couple
beige.
I'm cool in beige. Here's I'm going to say the word dissertation a lot, and that'll get me into this club.
Sagittarius. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
I'm like, hey, algebra teacher, just stick with me. Rabbit mask, orgies. I'm just saying.
You were like the idea man in the National
Yeah.
Honor Society?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
they're like, this is an academic club, and I'm like, yeah, but what you know, what's wrong with the little orgy? Let's like, let's get this
Yeah,
going.
that's got to be maybe the least prestigious club I've ever heard of.
Right.
Except if it, like the 4-H club maybe is below that, because you just like had to be interested in like science or nature maybe, and you didn't even have to be good at it.
Yeah, you just had to like own a cow.
You had to like write your name on a piece of paper saying you were in the club, like. So, okay, well
Yeah.
that sucked.
So they wouldn't let me in because of my grades, and then they
Yeah.
also checked and made sure I was poor, so they also didn't let me in because of that. So
Yeah,
Right.
that sounds fair.
Too
Yeah.
dumb and too poor. Get out of here. Head to 4-H. It's down the hall.
Oh.
There's no standards over there. All right. This other boy that's been talking, I'm going to introduce him now. It's my brother, Joey Potter. Hey, brother.
Hello.
Joey, was there ever a club that you wanted to get into, but you just couldn't? Kind of like Colin's story with the National Honor Society. He wanted to be smart and rich, but he was just too dumb and poor. Couldn't get in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Not so much because I didn't like people.
Yeah, Joey's sort of a rebel.
Not a rebel. Probably the opposite of a rebel. It's fear
Oh, yeah.
of
Okay.
social settings.
Maybe people won't
So-
accept you. Maybe you'll try to get into a club and then get kicked out.
You're
And
such- Yeah, you're such a rebel. You're afraid of how cool you are. Is that what it is?
hey, that's
Yeah.
probably a thing people suffer from.
During all of my rock solid, unwavering 1 out of 10 parties that I keep having, that's what I tell myself.
Yeah,
That
I'm very cool.
I'm so afraid of how cool I am that I will stay
I'll
in these 1 out of 10 parties.
Yeah, I'll stay down here in the ones because I'll blow your minds when we get up to the eyes wide shut sex parties. You don't even want me there.
Yeah.
You'll all be embarrassed.
I might hit 11, you know?
Oh wow!
Joey's going to transcend.
But no, like, because the problem is even though clubs would form at like the beginning of the year at school and stuff, I always felt like I was an outsider. Like, I always felt like people had been in that club since before they were born somehow.
Right.
Where it's like, you know, oh, I want to try out for band, and then I get there and everybody's like, ah, ha, ha, ah, ha. And like my friends were in band too, but it's like, oh no, this isn't me. Like I'm a fraud. I gotta
Joey,
go.
it-
This
it
is your
sounds
band
like-
life.
It sounds like you were in anxiety club.
Party of one, anxiety club. Yeah, that's
No, that
me.
was most of the kids, dude. You guys just should have
Yeah.
got together and had an anxiety orgy, you know?
Right. I remember we had a study period in high school, and my study period was with a teacher that I did not like.
Sick.
So that semester I signed up for all the clubs because that's when they met during that study period. So I was like in Latin club. I was in like debate club. I was in like all these clubs. I would just like be like, I got a club meeting, and I would just go like to my favorite teacher's room and just like chill with my boys and hoist some frosty brews.
Hoist some stuff up.
My favorite teacher was doing illegal shit. He was giving students beer, and it was tight.
I just like the
Okay,
idea
cool.
of you just go to a room and just lift your friends. you just like
Just
go
hoist
there
them up.
and you just lift each other.
Sup, I'm in lifting club.
I'm in hoist club.
Yeah, I'm in the hoisting club.
I'm in the
And
hoist
everyone's
house
like, whoa,
right now.
that sounds interesting. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty exclusive.
I just
We do-
imagine hoisting, like the only action hoisting can be is taking someone by their belt loops and like pulling them up. Like not like wedgie, but like lifting them from their belt loops. That's what hoisting is to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
there's
pretty
some
sure you
hemp
guys
ropes.
haven't heard of the very common phrase of like hoisting some cold ones.
I
with your
probably
boys.
have, but I mostly like hoist stuff up onto a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you're hoisting cold ones, it's like those giant old ice grabbers that you grab a block of ice
Oh.
and then lift it up on like hemp ropes.
Oh, well, no. When we were hoisting in hoisting club, our teacher would give us the big old timey mugs that have like screws in them and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like the ones you get at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
That's the kind of brew that you hoist. You're not hoisting like fucking Bud Lights.
Yeah, and then
you
all of
know?
a sudden you're like a dwarf, and your buddy's an
Yeah.
elf. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I call it hoisting club. It was just D&D club. We were all dressed up, and we had like apple juice in our fucking mugs.
It was just Lord of the Rings LARPing.
We'd scoot all the desks to the side and just hit each other with foam.
Oh.
It'd pretty fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
Even 30-year-old me, that's so tight.
The teacher would hoist you off to the supplies closet and teach you some spells. Southern Indiana
right.
high schools.
They're a lot of fun. All right, boys, let's move over to our topic so I can hoist this White Claw into the air and then drink from it. You know, boys, with the pandemic raging out there, there's a lot of stupid people. I'll just put it bluntly: stupid people out there saying things that are just plain wrong and dumb. But they're blaming this on people that and they're spreading conspiracy theories about these like elitist groups, these secret societies, if you will, that are controlling all this. They're setting up the 5G towers. Bill Gates is in the Illuminati and he's trying to do something with something. I follow, like, I'm friends with people who are fucking crazy conspiracy theorists just because they're like I never knew that about them, but then like
And then
10
they
years
drop
later they
it on
started
you.
posting. Yeah, then they drop it on me, and I'm like, well, I can't get rid of you now. You're finally interesting to me.
Well, yeah, also, your life is kind of boring. You're like, man, this person's crazy. Screw these crazy people. And then, like, the more you look at them, you're like, they got shit going on, though, and I don't have anything. I'm fucking bored. Time to just,
Yeah, at least
you
they
want to kick
feel-
them out? Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, they fill their time coming up, like, thinking that the entire universe is out to get them, and that the the Freemason and the all the other secret societies out there are plotting to do this. They're trying to keep us inside so they can ship all the rich people to I don't know, they're just crazy. So it got me thinking that we should try and spin that on its head.
All right.
Make light of it. We shouldn't make light of these people. It's very serious. They're spreading lies, But I thought we'd have a little fun on our podcast, and we would talk about if we were to create a secret society, what would it be like? What would be involved? Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about secret clubs. You can, once again, this is another late night record sesh.
Yeah.
So think of us as the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
We're sitting around our computers. I got a small fire in front of mine. When the podcast is over, I'll throw dust on it. You know, but before being scared, like, remember in Are You Afraid of the Dark, the episodes would always end with someone being like, well, what if the Dracula's real? And then they all run away, and the last kid's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll put out the fucking fire.
Yeah, I was just going to dump water on my computer when we stopped recording.
Oh, that's
put it out.
Tight.
Yeah. Computer screens are like modern day fires, you know? There's some sort of heat and fire going on behind that screen of mine, I think.
Absolutely, and it's controlling your brain. Joey, are you the crypt? Are you the crypt keeper in this situation? Are you the rip keeper because you're just ripping up that sick ass vape?
What are you talking about?
Late night edition.
It's late night edition,
okay.
All right?
I was going on an Are You Afraid of the Dark riff.
I don't know what that is. Is the crypt keeper in it?
No. Oh
no,
my
that's
God,
Tales
Collin.
from the Crypt.
Is Richard Scary in it?
No. Oh, dude, you don't know. You haven't
Stephen
even heard
King.
of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I mean, I've heard of it, but it's just all those things run together in my mind. Goosebumps,
R.L.
Stein.
It's a lot like it's a lot like Goosebumps, and
it was Goosebumps, but better.
Yeah, and
scarier.
Had like a hub world of kids telling the stories around the fire.
Yeah,
campfire.
basically, Collin. The episodes would start. The Midnight Society would show up. It's a bunch of like 12-year-olds, and they're like, "This meeting of the Midnight Society tonight. Dylan is going to tell us a story," and then Dylan would tell a terrifying story that like shook me to my core as a child, and then they would end and throw dust on the fire to put it out before they all got scared and ran away. So, and Joey, I think we have the same least favorite episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, and it's the one with that fucking comic book jester thing.
Yeah.
That like made everybody laugh and like drool, like blew goo out of their mouth and stuff.
Was it Are You Afraid of the Dark, or was it Goosebumps that had a story about something in the high school pool?
I feel like that was also Are You Afraid of the Dark.
That one really fucked me up, even though I don't know what it's about. I just remember there being a pool, and I think there was something in it.
Yeah, it was like a skeleton ghost or something.
I'm sure there's a Goosebumps with something in the pool, because there's like redundant Goosebumps books. It's like, hey, we got a killer clown. Oh, then there's another one about a different clown.
Killer clown on Killing Street.
Yeah.
Right, and then like we got 10 books about ghost cameras. Like he would just write like, I have a theme, and I'm just gonna keep running into the fucking ground. So like, there's something in the water.
You literally just called this Say Cheese and Die again? Fuck you, R.L. Stein. You're getting so lazy.
Hey, there's a monster in the pool. Oh, now there's a monster in the ocean. Now there's a
monster's in the basement.
Now there's a monster in your bathtub. Like,
yeah.
They're all different books. Buy them, you fucks.
I did.
Am I confusing him like with what's his name? Dr. Seuss, that R.L. Stein hated children?
That was Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I feel like maybe R.L. Stein was that way too.
No. R.L. Stein just loved money.
Yeah.
He didn't hate anything. I guess he hated when kids had a good time, so he tried to scare them. That's two facts about R.L. Stein. He loved money, and he hated when children were having a cool time.
Right, and he had an amazing editor, because Say Cheese and Die, there's an orgy in the middle of that. So.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh yeah, and they just had to edit it out. Most of his books had orgies in them at some point.
Okay. Right.
It was kind of his tell, you know.
Yeah. There's a whole collection hidden somewhere of all the cutout orgy scenes. All right, boys. Let's talk about our secret societies. I'm going to start you guys off with mine, okay? Right. Just to set the playing field. Here we go. My secret society, it's going to be called Toight Club. You heard me right.
All right.
We're in Toight Club right now, where all the things are very tight. We talk about tight things. You have to be a certain amount of tight to get in there. And don't make any fucking sex jokes, Colin. Don't you dare. No butthole jokes. I swear to God.
Like, it sounds like, you know when you have a balloon that's filled and you like rub it and it's like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that is like a never-ending sound of the Toight Club.
You all have to wear fucking like leather, leather pants, like super
you have to wear
tight
latex.
Pants.
Yeah, no, it's just a place where things are chill and we talk and do tight things. I got rules, just like in Fight Club. Okay. First rule of Toight Club: if it's tight, it's right.
I just realized that it rhymes with Fight Club.
Oh, okay. that's where I'm going.
All right.
Brad Pitt's standing here next to me, by the way, as I record this, guys.
Your
yeah.
boy? Your boy,
boy.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah, he's
My
just
boy.
standing here talking to me about things that are tight. I can't hear him very well because my headphones are on, but I'm
he's
sure
not
he's
real.
talking about all the tightest things. I wouldn't say that,
Was this his
Joey.
idea? Is this like, you should Nick blink if you're trapped by Brad Pitt trying to push
Oh,
Tight Club on us right now.
No. This is, since it's his idea, it's my idea. We're in this together, you could say. Second rule of Tight Club, don't be a bummer. Sorry, Joey, can't get in.
Shit.
Fuck.
Third rule of Tight Club, to be tight, you gotta stay loose. You know what I mean? Chill vibes. Don't get too uptight in Tight Club.
All right.
Okay?
Well, Nick, so you called me a bummer, but
Yeah.
I hang loose
An
all the
ice cold
time.
bummer. Sorry, what'd you say?
I hang loose all the time. Maybe that
That's
like
true.
it's like I just walk in the door, just hang tenon. You know, just
right,
like
but I can tell there's a rigidity behind your eyes.
No, I was gonna say Joey's so loose. He comes in like a cooked noodle,
Yeah.
and just like flopping around. And you tight boys are like, we don't like this.
Yeah.
You got like balloon animals for legs.
Yeah. No, we're just tight dudes talking about tight things that are fucking cool. Rule number 4, don't be a sheeple. Sorry.
little left turn there.
Yeah. Rule number 5, stay hydrated.
Well,
Staying
yeah.
hydrated is tight. Like, you gotta be hydrated at all times.
Okay.
That's the only way to be.
I don't know, man. Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine was so dehydrated, but he was also so tight.
I mean, yeah, his skin
body
was
was
tight,
tight.
against his muscles. And therefore, Joey, I don't think he was loose.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rule number 6, to be in Tight Club, you gotta own a Nintendo Switch. It's the tightest console right now.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah, sorry,
Bye.
Collin.
See ya.
You also cannot be in Tight Club.
My skin was really stretched thin, but I missed one of the rules.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Missed it by 1. I don't know. We have 2 more. Let's go. Fight Club can be included in Tight Club because fight clubs are tight. So if you
Alright.
want to have a fight club in your Tight Club, that's cool with me. They're fucking cool. Right, Brad Pitt? Yeah, he says so.
Is it like a fight club like we do fights, or like fight club like it's secretly a cult and we commit terrorist acts?
No, we just punch each other in our mom's basement.
We just beat the
Okay.
shit out of Jared Leto.
Just beat him. Yeah, beat him bloody. Because it's fucking tight. And then, last rule, number 8 of Tight Club. If it's your first night at Tight Club, you have to fight. Boom.
God damn it, Nick.
So, let me walk you through this, boys.
All right.
So, we all know the tightest place to hang out. This is where Tight Club meets. We all know the coolest place. Let's all say it together on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Cheesecake
Dave and Buster's. I heard a couple different things.
So let me ask you this: is the uniform of Tight Club tight whites? Is everybody just in whitey?
No,
tights?
you're taking this really literal with the tightness, and that's what I was trying to stop you from doing,
right,
Collin.
but you were rhyming a bunch, so I felt like you were also taking it literally.
No. I mean, I was rhyming it, but I wasn't taking tightness literally. I was saying things are tight, things are cool, things are fresh, things are now, things are hip. Things are not stretched across my body, okay? Take Tight Club seriously if you want to ever get in.
So people aren't doing so. Like, is everyone naked? Is it like nothing is stretched across your body? Are we going the
I'm in
opposite direction?
when I go to Tight Club, I'm just in like my chillest outfit. We're talking, b-ball shorts and a nice tee or maybe a sweatshirt.
Oh, okay.
Because we're hanging out and doing tight. We're at Dave and Buster's, Collin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard
Oh,
me,
wow.
but that's the tightest place. I heard Joey say Cheesecake Factory, and I don't know what you said. Can you give it to me? What'd you say?
It was Long John Silver's.
Okay. Also a tight place to be. Maybe if we get tired of Dave and Buster's, we won't. There's too many games
Yeah.
and too much food. We might go over there. Less games, still great food.
They got that pod racing game. That's an actual pod racer. You
Hell
get in
yeah.
the fucking pod and you fucking race.
Yeah.
Right.
And now all of a sudden I'm Jake Lloyd, and I'm stealing cars, and I'm getting into fights in the Tight Club, and I'm part of Tight Club because Jake Lloyd is in Tight Club, I assume.
But you see, stealing cars isn't a tight thing to do, Colin. You're out.
Oh. All right, come on, Jake, let's go.
Racing pod racers is tight. Jake Lloyd was in, then he was back out. And then obviously our mascot is the tightest person there is. We all know it. Let's say it at the same time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hugh
The Rock.
Buscemi.
Yeah, you're right. Steve Buscemi. He's the mascot of Tight Club. He keeps it so tight. He's so funny.
Well, you said it didn't have to literally be tight, and he's very loose.
Yeah, he's baggy. Yeah, for sure.
He's like a wet sack that's like sitting on a frame.
Yeah, but he's so wet sack that you know that he's hydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
It just depends now if he owns a Nintendo Switch, and then he's in.
Yeah. So, to be in Tight Club, you need to follow all these rules. And then in Tight Club, while we're meeting at Dave & Buster's, Steve Buscemi's there. Maybe he's picking up the tab every once in a while because we're all being so tight. We're just discussing cool, fun, tight things to do. Windsurfing, playing our Nintendo Switches. Maybe we overthrow a small town and start a, militia or something. If we decide that's tight.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like your group's going to get a little extreme because things can only be tight for so long. So you have to grasp at more tightness and you have to up the tight.
Right. It's true. Our list of tight things is always changing because it's kind of trendy.
Yeah.
We were all walking around Dave & Buster's saying lit to each other and then that one had to go.
Yeah.
Our lingo's changing. Tightness, saying the word tight never changes. Things are just always going to be tight. That's like the yin and yang of reality. You're either, it's either tight or it's not.
I hope there's like a spin-off group called Toight Club.
Toight, yeah. Where things are like...
Yeah.
But that's like you have to keep it toit. That's like that's you're the nerds in Revenge of the Nerds, and then Toight Club is the frat guys.
Damn. Yeah, it's like they get so extreme that they're like, yeah, it's tight. It's so tight. Man, that is toit. And then there's a fracture in the group where some of the Toit boys, they call themselves Toit boys.
Ooh, Toit
they go
boys.
over to the other side of Dave & Buster's, and we have a sort of turf war. And, of course, there's a fight breaking out in Dave & Buster's every night because there's always new members showing up to Tight Club.
Are you guys just playing the basketball arcade game against each other? That's what it always comes down to?
Yes, and every time you hit a basket, you have to say tight.
Oh, yeah, I can see where the division happened.
Yeah. So it's just cool bros we're hoisting our tight beers. We are just slamming apps, potato skins, jalapeno poppers, and we're just talking
Angry
about things that are
Birds,
tight.
just slamming them down.
So Nick, I gotta ask though, what's so secret about the society? Do you meet at Dave & Buster's after dark?
Oh yeah, it's definitely after the we're assholes and we kind of go in right at it's 20 minutes before closing.
Oh.
Which wasn't tight originally, but it got adopted into the new chapter. We decided that was a tight thing to do.
I thought you were gonna say B&Es are real tight.
Oh.
You just break into Dave & Buster's.
Hey,
after
trends
it
are always
closes.
changing, Joey. That B&Es might become Toight later on.
Nick, you just said Toight.
Oh my God, I'm fracturing.
Well, B&Es aren't toit unless you're wearing rubber pants.
Man, you're a piece of shit.
You got to dehydrate.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I
you
don't
can
think the
slip
Toight-
back into that thing.
Yeah, I don't know if the Toit Club is going to last in that basketball game because things are going to start to get sweaty, and the Toit boys don't have any fucking sweat because they're so toit. So you might prevail, I think.
Well, good. That would be, tight.
Yeah, winner by knockout. Winner by
and-
faint.
Yeah, and Joey, what our real secretness is we decide what is tight.
Oh, okay.
And then our influence spreads throughout the world.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. no one had ever heard of Zoom a couple months ago, and then this quarantine happened, and we were like, it'd be tight if we could talk with our boys, but like all of the screens were like the same size, and it wasn't that dumb thing where like your screen pops up when someone talks. That would be pretty tight. And
Right.
you know what?
And it was
Zoom.
only for 40 minutes, and then
Yeah.
we just get kicked off for no reason.
Well, see, it changed again, Collin, because it's like, Zoom was like, oh, you can only talk for 40 minutes, and then you got to like set up a new account. We were like, wouldn't it be tight if we didn't have to do that? And then, you know what? A couple of days later, it was free for everyone to use.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I thought you said Zune,
Oh.
and I thought you were
no,
gonna
we-
take responsibility for the Zune.
Joey, we
that
take
sounds like a
responsibility
Toight
for
club thing.
taking the Zune down. They tried to force it on us, and then I heard about it, and I was like, we gotta meet up at Dave and Buster's. I called all the boys. We were all on our Razr phones because those were tight at the time.
Still are pretty tight.
Yeah, they haven't
Yeah.
like technology kind of advanced, but like if you pull out a Razr phone now, like you're at the bar hoisting with your boys, and you hoist up a fucking Razr, everyone's like, "What the fuck, retro? That's so tight!"
They're gonna be
And
like,
I'm in the background and I'm rubbing my hands together, saying, "Yes."
They're gonna be like, your pants are so fucking tight because you can fit that phone in there. Like, if you had an iPhone 10, like it's not gonna fit in those pants. You gotta have a Razr.
It'll
bro.
bend.
Yeah, cool. We have to move on because I can't stand Collin making another tight pants joke.
All right, so what we're saying is that the Razr phone, the T-Mobile Razr or whatever, is going to bring back the fractured tight boys and Toight boys
Yeah.
because the phone is tight and it fits in Toight clothes.
Sure, man. Well, the Toight boys all they adopted the Crazer, and we were like, "Whoa, no way! Too ahead of the time. Get back,
See the
get in line,
chocolate?
Toight boys." No, the Crazer.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
an offshoot of the Razr.
Yeah,
it was
it
like they
wasn't
were trying
flip.
to capitalize,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Not tight. You're just being derivative." And
That's not tight.
Derivative Club was trying to pull their influence, and we were like, no, Tight Club is going to beat Derivative Club every fucking time.
Wow.
So that's just some of the things we do in Tight Club.
All right.
So, Collin, you know what? Tight Pants Boy, fucking tell me yours, and I'm going to shit on it the whole time.
Moving on to something way cooler, we've got the Sacred Order of Ranch.
Ranch?
I hate it already.
Yeah, well, it's cool because fucking Cool Ranch, so suck it.
But it's not Tight Ranch,
All right,
Collin.
my club is.
All right.
Just like, fucking move on.
Yeah, okay, all right. Can't even hear my thesis.
No,
Nick
tell me
spouted
your,
vague nonsense
dissertation.
about Dave and Buster's. He just wanted a Dave and Buster's cast.
Well, I'm hoping Dave and Buster's will sponsor us now that they know that Tight Club meets there.
All right. You're right. I was a little harsh. D&B, if you guys want to come in here and taste some of my Cool Ranch, anytime.
I'm sure you serve some, So let's all get the synergy going. Get Dave and Buster's on this podcast. We need their support.
Right. So what we do in the Sacred Order of Ranch,
Yeah.
because it's a secret society, we just try to influence the world's taste to include ranch dressing on every single meal. So like we're sneaking into restaurants and like taking the blue cheese, which looks the same,
Yeah.
and just switching it with ranch.
And you know what? That's a good move because I bet people don't even fucking notice half the time. They're like, thank God this blue cheese doesn't have those chunks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it
mean,
kind of
it tastes
tastes,
like hot
and
feet.
it tastes good this time.
honestly, I still think I understand it's not this, but I am pretty sure that blue cheese is just ranch dressing with chunks in it.
Hey, we'd have to go to the Hidden Valley Secret Society and see what they're doing up in that Hidden Valley. Where is it? Tell us. What do you guys do in that Hidden Valley? Do you put chunks in your ranch and call it blue cheese? Is that what's going on in that Hidden Valley?
I mean, ranch is just mayonnaise with like a little packet of dust sprinkled on
A
it.
little packet
So,
of ranch in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ranch isn't the sauce. Ranch is actually the mixture of spices that go into any sort of chunky sort of substance. Or not chunky,
sort
but
of.
creamy substance, I'll say.
Basically, we oppose all things spicy. All right.
Okay. Now, Collin, that immediately leads me. What are your all's feelings on Chipotle Ranch?
Yeah.
Is that a bastardization of ranch, or is that acceptable?
We accept abroad. We're an equal opportunity ranch society, so
Okay.
we get it in there. But the goal of ranch is that spicy food isn't yummy. It's just challenging.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is spicy. Yeah, that's interesting that it burns.
Yeah.
That it burns when you shit. No,
Yeah.
you want it to be cool and refreshing when you shit. You want to load down with some cool, refreshing ranch dressing.
Don't
So
worry, babe. I'm having a ranch number 2. It's all good in here. It's so tight
But Collin,
in this bathroom right now.
sometimes I just want to feel.
Wait, what?
That's why I eat spicy food, because I just want to
Oh.
feel.
You just want to feel something.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well-
you want to feel pain. You don't want to feel, good about it.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck, I need to punish my dumb body with this hot food.
I mean, doing like the Blazing Challenge and shit at restaurants, that's pretty tight. You know, Nick?
Joey, you're right. It is tight. I'm checking my tight notes, and it's on there.
Especially when you have to sign a waiver. Those are the best
Yes.
ones.
But what?
Let me tell you, legally binding documents, very tight right now.
Look, ranch.
The written
there's
word is sick.
There's no documents in ranch. All right. See, we're here to bring everything together under one roof. It's really a Lord of the Rings situation because if you could put ranch on every single food, then every single food will just taste like ranch. And in the end, all things are ranch. Ranch is, and ranch shall be.
Is that your motto?
Ranch is and ranch shall be.
Just like the Chipotle ranch, that's us. Because what we're doing is we're slowly turning people over. They're like, I like spicy shit. And then it's like, here's spicy ranch. It's like, this is really good. Slightly less spicy. And then it's like, what about regular ranch? And it's like, And then it's like, what about warm mayonnaise? And then it's like, okay.
Yeah, I
More
need to know
mayonnaise.
this. I need to know this the secret of ranch because if is it like alchemical where I can put like a ranch packet on sour cream and then it's just ranch dressing?
I got kind of
know?
scarred by ranch. One of the first keto meals that me and my mom tried, it was like, chicken thighs, like in like a big I don't know kitchen stuff, like a casserole dish basically. So it was like
okay.
chicken thighs, and then you filled every corner that the chicken wasn't occupying with Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
And then
I like it so far.
we just dumped ranch dust on it. Mm-hmm. And that was it.
Well, that's the thing, Joey.
So
You can't
forgot to
put
dress
dust.
it.
You can't put the ranch dust on like food. It has to be on a creamy substance. Sour
Right,
cream.
warm mayonnaise.
Warm mayonnaise.
Why is it warm? Why is it warm? Mayonnaise and ranch are never warm.
Joey, let me tell you, you come down to the club, you come in, you sing a couple songs, all right, you wear the garb, you'll understand why.
Joey, come down to the ranch, because that's where I have to assume if we're doing a dumb riff on Colin's thing like he did on mine, it's taking place at a ranch.
Absolutely.
Where they're eating
'cause
ranch.
We embrace it. Yeah, we embrace the fun. Mm-hmm. Also, and there's just, those silos where you expect like corn or grain in there? Yeah, it's just warm mayonnaise.
Why is it warm? Why is it warm?
I sure wish it wasn't, but I guess it is.
We take you to the top. And we drop you in. It's like a ritual, We say like, hey, you're going to reach the bottom of the silo, and when you do, you will be creamy and pure.
Yeah.
And then you drop you in, and you have to descend through the warm mayonnaise. And at the end, you come out, and we sprinkle a little ranch dust on you.
Yeah. And you
Speak
become
some
one.
Latin from Latin Club, and then boom, you're in.
It's like Lion
I
King.
feel
with,
like-
the
I feel like once you guys dropped Joey into that warm mayonnaise like vat, he would just become the Joker.
yeah.
He's just like, it's chaos out there. I'm going to have balsamic. And you're just like, no! No!
Yeah,
It happens.
I'm just screaming, why is it warm, all the way down until I'm crazy at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
it's
Joe-
not a perfect thing. We get some jokers from time to time.
Yeah.
There's an algorithm that tells us how many jokers per year we create.
Yeah. And then you just like confine them to the ranch. There's also 1 in every 25 people that come out instantly want to put chunks in it and make it blue cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
It depends on
it's not
how
a perfect
Italian
process.
they are.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
see, that's our anti-society, much like the Toight boys. Is they have warm vats of mayonnaise in a silo. Only they take people with really gross ass feet and they send them down through the silo, and then that makes that stank ass blue cheese shit. And it's not real.
All right,
They throw
man.
the packets away.
None of this is tight.
I'm glad I now know that blue cheese chunks aren't cheese, it's foot stuff.
Well, that's the propaganda we put out. So yes.
Yeah. Exactly. They wanted you to think that, Joey. They send all the jokers they create over to the other one and with nasty feet, and they throw them in and make blue cheese.
Isn't that like a plot point in
Double
Holes?
Joker.
It's trying to rid the world of stinky feet.
Yeah, it is.
The answer's peaches, according to
answer's,
Henry Winkler.
100-year-old jar of peaches.
He was close. He put a
Great.
little warm mayonnaise in there with those peaches.
Uh-huh.
And they
Just
called
saying.
it sploosh.
Yeah. I wish that they would rename blue cheese sploosh.
Well, we're working on it. We're in
Okay.
secret. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Call my Toight boys. They might want to help. Okay, well, yeah, Collin's got a secret Hidden Valley ranch where they influence the world to love ranch.
The Hidden Valley is where the temple is. You know,
Uh-huh.
that's like the final level. You have to
Oh,
donate
okay.
a substantial amount of money to make it to the Hidden Valley.
Yeah. You haven't bought enough crates of this ranch yet. It's like the Girl Scout cookies. It's
Yeah.
like, no, sorry. Donate. We need to get ranch into everything.
Right. You have to work as a time as the spooner, where you take a giant spoon up into the silo and you have to slowly stir the mayonnaise. You got to put in your time, you know, before you make it to the Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get it so like when you go to like any buffet, after every other like tray is just ranch. It's just like, okay, we have like General Tso's chicken, ranch, egg rolls, ranch. Like they're trying to like brainwash us into like putting ranch on everything.
Yeah.
They're just putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And hopefully,
then it's going to be General Ranch chicken.
I don't know about you guys, but fuck buttermilk. I like that like real like watery ranch, you know? Like the shit that you get at like Frisch's.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, like not like diluted ranch, but just like I don't like that like salty, bitter ranch. I want that
Yeah.
like that high class Frisch's ranch.
Well, we have a place for you, my son. We have different sects of high priests of ranch.
Yeah.
There are the watery ones.
There's the Frisch's Ranch fucking guy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And the Hidden Valley Thick Boys. That's another sect.
All right. I probably won't.
Here they
fuck
get
with
rowdy.
that. Here it's real bitter over there.
Here they're hoisting a bunch of bottles of ranch. All right. Okay. Cool. Well, Joey, tell us about your secret society. What are you creating?
So,
what do you want to influence?
I don't have a name because
Well, your boys are here for that, Joey.
we don't need a name.
Oh,
'cause we're
this
so
is the most
secret.
secret society.
Wait, are you leading the jokers that come out of the vat?
Yeah.
Oh my
forms?
god.
No, so I got phases. So
Okay.
phase 1, gather a bunch of people, like-minded people like me, to watch Power Rangers.
Okay.
All right.
So maybe at the same time, you know, maybe create like, you know, since especially now when we're in this, you know, quarantine, maybe start like a fan site. We do some Zoom Power Rangers watch-alongs.
Oh, there you go.
You know, we just get a bunch of people in their mid to late 20s
Okay.
to watch Power Rangers together. You get really into
Yeah,
it.
with the free Joey commentary.
Yeah, free Joey commentary, and you know, we're bringing more and more people in, and once we get enough people, then phase 2,
Okay.
we bring in like some like cosplayers, people that make suits, make the masks and stuff like that. Like I've fallen down rabbit holes seeing people's like homemade mask collections where there's like or like not even like they collect people people's masks that, like, you know, there's like, I bought this off this guy. I bought this off this guy. It was really good. Look at this. So we bring in the cosplayers and we get really cool suits going. We get those made.
Yeah.
Phase 3, karate.
All right.
We start
I like that phase 3 is karate.
We start learning karate. And, you know, maybe at that point, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, seeing who's out there and whatnot. Maybe I start, you know, I start talking about, you know, finding Zordon. You know, maybe he's out there.
Okay. All right.
And I start
just introduce.
Yeah, I just kind of like introduce it, see who's interested, maybe kind of weed out the
Yeah.
ones that aren't like fucking real shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Like those are the bulks and skulls.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be a bulk or a skull.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I got
and-
my,
and-
you know, karate boys in the suits, looking tight, feeling tight. Nick, you know what I mean?
And I'm
Looking tight, feeling tight.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
some of these boys. You know, you keep saying, "Hey, I'm looking for Zordon," and people think you're just talking about weed.
Yeah.
They're like, "Anybody got any Zordon?" And so you just introduce it like that, and then they're like, "Sure," and then you're smoking weed with them later, and you're like, "Hey,
Hey man,
we should go find Zordon."
Yeah.
Zordon's a real fucking person, man. I know. Like you're not gonna fucking believe this. He's a real fucking dude.
Yeah, so I start, you know, like planting the seed of, you know, let's go find Zordon. You know, let's get out there. And then
Maybe he's on an island somewhere.
yeah, like, you know, maybe, you know, once, you know, I get some people that's like, yeah, Zordon, yeah. Once I'm happy with like the number of people that I have that are down to, you know, find Zordon, I take the whole thing underground, right? We disappear.
Okay.
Is
Right.
it 5 teenagers?
No.
With attitude?
No.
Oh.
No. Fuck you. This is real.
Not tight.
This is real. Take the whole operation underground. You know, we have that fan site. You know, maybe someone leaks some information that we found Zordon, and we ascended, and we're gone. We just poof off the grid,
All right.
gone.
Okay.
All right, phase 5. I encourage members to do my bidding.
Yeah.
With the promise of meeting Zordon
Right.
and gaining access to the morphin grid.
Okay. So you're like Zordon. You're claiming to be Zordon's mouthpiece then.
Yes.
Oh, so you're Alpha 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
That's
the alpha.
That's the love
5.
Yeah. He is the alpha 5.
Alpha 5.
Right. I mean, it sounds like any rank in Scientology. So fucking yeah. Sure. He's the alpha 5.
No,
Like,
I'm the alpha 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I am the 5th alpha.
No, Nick.
I'm alpha.
No,
Joey.
I'm the alpha, and then I just have to sneak in 5 to keep him kind of
No, I
interested.
just
But
like
I
that,
am the
like,
alpha.
No, to like sell that it's been going on forever. You're just like, I'm the 5th alpha.
Oh, okay. All right, I like this. Yeah.
You know? And then, like, you're on an island somewhere with all these people, and then, like, you know, whatever country actually owns that island is going to come and try and take it, but they show, like, they kind of roll up in their boats, but everyone on the island is just, like, doing karate, and they're like, oh, fuck, it's a karate island.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Definitely.
can't go to karate island. Fuck that.
Yeah. There's just like a bunch of people in fucking Power Rangers outfits doing karate on that island. I don't think they're doing anything wrong really, so they just bounce. Because
Some guy with.
mostly my bidding is you know, blackmail and espionage of Big Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Haim Saban. You're going to take
I was gonna say-
the
Doesn't own it
fight to
anymore.
him. Oh, okay.
Hasn't owned it in a long time.
Yeah, when your followers are like, "Hey, bro, why are you wearing dryer vents on your arms?"
What?
Fuck, I just
You screamed, don't question the 5th alpha.
Yeah.
He's talking
Oh,
about Alpha 5 having dryer
okay.
tube arms.
Okay.
No, you're like, hey, why? They're like, why are you wearing dryer tube? Why do you have dryer tube arms, Alpha 5? And you say, we got to go to the moon. All right.
Yeah, like
Zordon's on the moon.
and the
You
moon
just, like,
is
switch
Hasbro
subject.
headquarters. And so I'm getting the scoop. I'm black. You know, maybe I get a couple like Hasbro, like high up Hasbro execs, like in my pocket. You know.
Okay.
Collin, if you knew jack shit about Power Rangers, you know that fucking Rita Repulsa lives on the moon. There's no way they're going to the moon.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
The
she
moon
might
is
have-
actually evil.
Oh,
if you think
okay.
about it.
Well, then that makes sense. And you know, as Joey said, it's Hasbro's headquarters, and you can just take an Uber to the moon.
Yeah, we just.
As he tells his followers, as they get in an Uber.
Yeah, they have to go in, you know, behind enemy lines and get this information. So I get, you know, some Hasbro execs in my pocket, you know, and then
Right.
that leads to phase 6, which is the final phase, and with all my influence and all of my members, not lackeys, I become Big Power Ranger.
Okay. I thought you were going to say you become Zordon.
Well, see, I don't need to become Zordon because my goal through this whole thing was to control Big Power Ranger from the shadows.
I see.
That's my
You're controlling
influence.
Big Power Ranger. You get control over the stories. You get control over the designs and the themes of the season.
I get I'm like, hey, I never had this Megazord as a kid. I need you to come out with a line of this Megazord, like the Lightning Collection, the good shit. Because right now, Hasbro, they're not making Megazords right now. And it's killing my soul because I was buying up all those fucking Bandai Legacy Collection fucking Power Rangers, and now they're just coming out with like really good figures that I really enjoy, but give me those Megazords. So I need to get that going, and then I need to, and the funny thing is, I'm not taking over Super Sentai. I'm taking over Power Rangers.
Right. Yeah,
so,
I don't speak Japanese. I don't know what to do with all that.
I don't know what to do with all that.
You guys can do your own thing.
So yeah, I can make them make, a season 2 of Power Rangers RPM, just with my influence. And then, I can get that film franchise back off the ground and do it my way.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and you know what, Joey? This is like such a small sect, like such an insignificant thing in the world at large that no one's going to take you down because no one fucking cares. They're like, oh, that guy, yeah, I heard tell that he like that Alpha, like the 5th Alpha runs like all the Power Ranger stuff, and everyone would be like, yeah, I don't care about that at all. There's no political stance, like there's no people that are, there's nothing to argue about. People are just like, oh, that guy, yeah, I hear he, I hear he just runs Power Rangers and he has a karate island.
I hear he has a dagger that quips and has sentience and has laser eyes.
That's more of a sword.
We had to look into this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Then you take your karate army, the next island over, that's Jared Leto's fucking island. You go just take that whole operation down.
Yeah, we karate chop him and then throw him into the morphing grid to use his essence to power the morphing grid.
Absolutely.
Does the morphing grid resemble a silo full of warm mayonnaise?
Not one bit. I will but that.
Because just hold on. If you had, say, a giant silo filled with warm mayonnaise, and then say it was made out of plexiglass, and then you threw someone in there, they would look like Zordon.
Yeah.
Because they'd be like a big white goo face.
I might have to resort to that.
A big white goo.
Because I was also, when I was thinking of this totally, 100% plan that I'm going to enact, I thought about having to be like the Wizard of Oz. Like, I will have to talk for Zordon and be Zordon.
Right.
So, yeah, that might work out. I still am unsure of why it has to be warm.
Right. Like, I really wanted to know that, Collin, because I fucking hate that image and I'm so mad at you. But, it makes sense. So, I'm, begrudgingly on your side with that.
Yeah.
Look, man, you sold it to me.
We have the silo of non-believers that's filled with cold mayonnaise.
Okay. Right? Well, that's where I want to be.
We throw you in that one, and then you'll understand.
Oh, okay. I don't get it yet. I haven't transcended. Okay.
That's right. You'll be like, whoa. Take me back to the warm mayonnaise.
That's your Clockwork Orange indoctrination is throwing people into cold mayonnaise.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I haven't unlocked the 5th ranch bottle to get to that level of understanding yet. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand. I think that cold mayonnaise is the way, but you'll show me the right way. It's actually warm. And I wish this whole time it could have just been warm ranch because for some reason that's so much less gross to me.
Nope.
But it is what it is.
The building blocks of all ranch.
It's your secret society, so I can't really do anything about it. Just like you guys can't decide what's tight or not. That's my club.
My plan's pretty tight because I can make Power Rangers tight.
Oh yeah.
Then
no,
you
right
can
now,
endorse,
Joey, it's not tight.
Then you can endorse
if you get in there
it,
and fix it, yes.
And then you're like, and then you can send your club to actually go watch the movies we're producing to fund sequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, I have a question for you. So, Nick has his antithesis is the Toight boys, and my antithesis is those blue cheese bastards. So, what is your antithesis? What is your your nemesis?
My nemesis
club.
I mean, it's such an ironclad plan that I didn't even think I was going to be on anybody's radar. You know.
Right. You sure there's not going to be some true believers that start the Wow Rangers? They're like, wow.
No. It's going to be like a group that like really like sees eye to eye with Lord Zed. You know, they're going to be over there worship. Like maybe everyone thinks that Jared Leto is Lord Zed. Like he goes crazy and he starts calling himself Lord Zed. Well, and then all of his believers, you know, want to head over to Karate Island and start fighting you guys.
Well, no, I think what's going to happen is Collin's clan is going to become the nemesis because they're going to hold too much power over me because I have to use the warm mayonnaise silo to become Zordon. Yeah. So you'll know too much, and then we'll have to karate you.
Right. So we want to cut. When you create the White Ranger, he has to be the White Ranch Ranger.
The White Rancher.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like, they assemble, like, their power weapon, and they each just have a bottle of ranch. They're like, Hidden Valley, Marzetti,
that'll be the
Kroger brand.
That'll be the schism, is that it's just like, all right, it's time for the white light plot line. And then that's when you come in and you put
like, hey now.
Yeah, put your warm mayonnaise dick on the table and be like, we own you because if you didn't have this silo of, for some reason, warm mayonnaise, you would have no Zordon, you would have no followers, so he's going to be called the White Rancher.
And then, the Green Ranger pulls out a bottle of Newman's Own and starts playing it like a flute.
It's like, it'll end up being like the super nerdy, come with me, the Psycho Rangers in space. Yeah, so it's going to be the Power Rangers versus the Power Rangers.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I come in and I'm like, only one of these groups can be tight.
Obviously, it's the one with the warm mayonnaise.
Yeah, right. All your ranchers are just gonna be kind of sticky and gooey.
Yeah, and smell terrible, I imagine.
Yeah,
but they're gonna be warm. I'm just saying.
Oh man, I think this is the first time that we've done this podcast where I've just absolutely hated everything Collin said. None of it gelled with me, to use a term. None of it really warm gelled with me, and I've just absolutely been upset the whole time.
You sound like you got stinky blue feet underneath them shoes. Is what I'm thinking.
God damn it!
Oh shit, boys. Well, yeah, everyone knows where our head's at now, and what we want to achieve in the world. Mm-hmm. So thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Very Real Talk. It's been, I won't say great because it hasn't been. It's been something learning about, what Collin just wants to achieve in his life. It's been expected what Joey wanted to achieve. For a second I was like, man, is he going to tell me he's going to create a secret society that like punishes those who make mouth noises? I can't deal with that.
Thought about
tonight.
it. The thought crossed my mind. The thought crossed my mind of just Hillary Duff worshiping. And then I was just like, no. And then I was like, maybe a peaking society. No, that's played out.
Yeah. Well, we've already gone to those warm mayonnaise wells, Joey. We can't go back.
Right. And a lot of the Power Rangers bad guys of the week, they have like a microphone that they're just making mouth noises into the whole episode, and they must be stopped. He's got his own agenda.
It's the Thousand Island monster. He's coming after us.
And I'm like, cut! What the fuck? Like I'm just become just like this bitter. I sold my fucking soul to the ranch.
The ranch devil,
the ranch devil, and I'm just like, what have I become? No. I brainwashed, encouraged a lot of people to find a fucking alien stuck in a time warp.
You've no matter what happens, you taught a bunch of people karate.
Yeah, I fucking
and that's
did.
an important thing.
And they had
Yeah.
6 suits on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. At the end of the day, you can go back to your trailer and snort some buttermilk. I'm just, you know.
I become what I ate.
Oh no, it's been twisted. We need to pull the ripcord. Like once again, thank you guys so much for listening. I love just coming up with these crazy scenarios and just talking them through with you guys. If you want to hear more of our episodes, just head over to our website. That's vrtcast.com. All of our episodes are there. Also on that website is the other podcast we do. That's called Very Real Tournament. It's on hiatus, but it will be back again one day, sort of like Frosty the Snowman.
Baby, come back.
I started kind of going, Very Real Tournament, come back. Let's get that hashtag going. We have like 10 followers on Twitter, and they're probably all bots and just like me. But,
Jeremy
we'll
Dugan.
get that. Jeremy Dugan.
And just like Frosty, when it comes back, it will be John Goodman. So
Yep.
get ready.
If you don't want to go over to our website, that's fine. You can check us out on all of the podcast apps: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Overcast, CastBox. Head over to those places, like and subscribe for more of that good warm mayonnaise talk, because you're only getting it from one place.
Why is it warm?
Because it's funnier, apparently, Joey. If you've been sitting in your house and you're bored and you think, like, what do I want to accomplish when I get out of here? What kind of change do I want to see in the world? Tell us what kind of secret society that you'd want to lead. You can tell us all about it in our email. That's vrtcast@gmail.com. Also, make sure to like us on all our social medias. You can also just tag us and tell us, what your secret society is and what your rules are. Because you got to have rules if you're going to have a society. You got to get people to blindly follow them.
How do you warm up your mayonnaise? Do you rub it between your fingers? Do you mush it around in a tub and your toes?
God
like
damn it.
Yeah.
This sucks so hard.
There's so many times that I walk away from an episode and I'm like, man, Collin's such a great asset, and this is not one of those episodes.
I don't know. I think
we do
you're
these
gonna be
late ones, then Collin he's just like, I'm going to wild card you guys. Sorry.
I think you boys are going to be thinking differently when you're having your chicken and Brussels sprouts and it's dry as fuck. You're going to, change your tune, and you're going to see it. You're going to look at that microwave. You're going to look at that bottle of ranch, and you're just going to start.
Collin, I understand what you're saying, but you haven't said warm ranch this whole time. You keep saying warm fucking mayonnaise. Ranch is a perfectly fine condiment. People use it. It's popular. I like it on certain things, but
ranch is mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is not ranch.
Exactly.
It's the embodiment. It's the essence. It's the purity. So once you reach the mayonnaise level, you become pure.
I want to purify myself from this episode. So let's thank the Thumps real quick. They are a great band. They do all the music for our podcast. You can check them out and find all their music on their Bandcamp. That's thethumps.bandcamp.com. Also, head over to their Facebook and like their page. I'm not going to ask you boys if there's anything else because it's going to be warm mayonnaise and I want to leave. So let's just do that. Until next week, I'm apparently warm mayonnaise.
I'm warm mayonnaise.
And I am warm mayonnaise.
It's been real. It's been fun. If it's tight, it's right.